Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spoken English Radio. So, today we're going to tackle a common problem that English learners have. A lot of English learners complain about how they can't frame certain phrases or certain idioms into their conversation, that when they hear it, they are not completely understanding. So today, we're going to see if we can fix that problem by listening to the upcoming podcast. We're not just going to talk about waking up or having breakfast. Instead, we're going to talk about the struggle of the morning, the stress of the commute to work, and, the everyday bad habits that all of us have at night. So let's go listen to the podcast. But while we're listening, I would like for you to pay close attention to the following. I'd like for you to pay attention to three specific things. First, phrasal verbs, things like power through and burnout. Second, I'd like you to pay attention to the pacing, how a pause in a conversation makes a big difference. Thirdly, I'd like you to pay attention to idioms. In this specific podcast, we've used one with candle. See if you can find that. This podcast is longer and meant to be slower so you can listen and absorb a lot more. So grab a coffee, grab your notebook, sit, relax, and push through this. Hope you enjoy it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Spoken English Radio. I'm Sarah.
And I'm James.
We are so happy you tuned in for this episode about daily life. You know, James, after our first episode about introductions, we received a lot of comments asking for vocabulary about daily life.
That's right. Everyone knows how to say, I wake up at 7 a.m., but native speakers rarely talk about their day that simply. We talk about the grind, hitting the snooze button, and feeling burnt out.
Exactly. Today, we are going to talk about routines. Are you a morning person? Do you stay up too late? How do you handle a stressful workday?
We have a very long, realistic dialogue prepared for you today. We're going to discuss the struggle of waking up, the morning commute, and bad evening habits like doom scrolling.
Ooh, doom scrolling. That is a guilty habit of mine.
Mine too. So listeners, get comfortable. This is a longer conversation, so try to listen for the specific phrasal verbs we use to describe our energy levels. Let's get into the dialogue.
So, James, you look a little tired today. Everything okay?
Is it that obvious? Honestly, I'm trying to change my routine.
Oh no. What kind of change? Are you trying a new diet?
No, not a diet. I read this book about productivity and it convinced me to join the 5 a.m. club. Basically, I'm trying to wake up at 5 a.m. every single day to be more productive before work.
5 a.m.? You are joking. James, that sounds miserable. Tell me about it.
The book says it's supposed to help you get a head start on the day, but this morning, when my alarm went off, I must have hit the snooze button about 5 times. I didn't actually drag myself out of bed until 6:30.
See? That is why I could never do that. I'm a total night owl. My brain doesn't even fully turn on until about 10 a.m.
I used to be a night owl. That's why this is so hard. But I feel like if I don't wake up early, I'm rushing all morning. What does your morning usually look like?
Well, I set my alarm for 7:30. I usually wake up, scroll through my phone for 10 minutes, which I know is a bad habit, and then I head straight to the kitchen. I literally cannot function without my morning coffee.
Same here. I'm a total caffeine addict. Do you make breakfast at home or do you grab something on the go?
I usually just grab something on the go. There's a bakery near the subway station, so I'll pick up a bagel. I know I should cook a healthy breakfast, but I just don't have the time. My commute is pretty long.
How long does it take you to get to the office?
If the trains are running on time, about 45 minutes. But during rush hour, it's a nightmare. It's packed like a sardine can. People are pushing and shoving. By the time I get to work, I'm already stressed out.
That sounds awful. That's actually one of the reasons I wanted to wake up early. I wanted to have some me time before the chaos begins. You know, maybe do some meditation, go for a jog, just breathe.
That does sound nice, in theory. So, did you manage to jog this morning?
No, like I said, I overslept. I barely had time to shower. I ended up burning my toast and spilling coffee on my shirt. It was a rough start.
We all have those days. But hey, at least you're trying. So, once you actually start working, how do you handle the workload? Do you take breaks?
I'm terrible at taking breaks. I'll tend to power through the morning. I'll sit at my desk from 9 until 1 without moving. But by 2 p.m., I usually hit a slump.
The afternoon slump. I hate that. That feeling where your eyes get heavy and you can't focus?
Exactly. That's when I usually go for my second or third cup of coffee.
You really are burning the candle at both ends, aren't you? Waking up early, working hard, caffeine all day. You're going to burn out.
I know. My wife tells me the same thing. She says I need a better evening routine to wind down. What do you do after work to relax?
Well, the first thing I do when I get home is change into sweatpants. That is non-negotiable. Then I usually try to cook dinner. I find chopping vegetables really relaxing. It helps me disconnect from the screens.
That's healthy. I have a really bad habit. I get home, I crash on the sofa, and I start doom scrolling.
For our listeners, explain what doom scrolling is, because I think we're all guilty of it.
It's when you stare at your phone, looking at social media, reading bad news, watching short videos, and suddenly 2 hours have passed. You don't feel relaxed, you actually feel worse, but you can't stop scrolling.
Yup, the algorithm is dangerous. It traps you. I actually started leaving my phone in the other room at night to stop myself from doing that.
That's smart. I should try that.
You should. If you want to wake up at 5 a.m., you need to go to sleep early. You can't be scrolling Instagram until midnight.
You're right. It's about discipline. Maybe I shouldn't try to do everything at once. Maybe I should aim for 6 a.m. first instead of 5.
Baby steps, James. Baby steps. Don't be so hard on yourself. Consistency is more important than intensity.
That is great advice. Okay, tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., no snooze button, and definitely no doom scrolling tonight.
I'll believe it when I see it. Good luck. That was a long conversation about the struggles of daily life. Did you hear some of the idioms we used? Let's explain them.
First, we talked about sleep styles. Sarah called herself a night owl.
A night owl is someone who has more energy at night and likes to stay up late. The opposite is an early bird or a morning person. James is trying to be an early bird. but he's struggling.
Hey, I'm trying. I also mentioned that I hit the snooze button.
The snooze button is that dangerous button on your alarm clock that gives you 9 more minutes of sleep. To hit snooze means to delay waking up.
Then we talked about commuting. Sarah mentioned rush hour.
Rush hour is the time of day when traffic is the worst because everyone is going to work or coming home.
I used the phrase about energy. I said I tend to power through.
To power through means to keep working hard even when you are tired or facing difficulties. You push yourself to finish.
But be careful. If you power through too much, you might burn out.
Burnout is a state of emotional and physical exhaustion. It happens when you work too hard for too long without rest. James also used the idiom, burning the candle at both ends.
Imagine a candle. If you light both ends, it burns very fast. This idiom means you're waking up early and going to sleep late. You're doing too much and you will get tired quickly.
And finally, we talked about doom scrolling.
This is a modern vocabulary word. It combines doom, bad or scary events, and scrolling. It means mindlessly looking at bad news or social media for a long time.
And lastly, I told James to take baby steps. This simply means to make small, slow changes instead of one big, difficult change. So, listeners, we have a question for you. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
And what is your worst habit? Do you hit the snooze button? Or are you a doom scroller like me?
Let us know in the comments below. We love reading about your routines.
If you want to support the channel, please like this video and share it with a friend who is learning English.
Don't forget to check the description for the full vocabulary list. Thanks for tuning in to Spoken English Radio.
We'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Keep learning. Watch the next recommended videos to improve your English.